Hello there, Vic Benedict here. We're playing Gears of War 2, and this is my insane difficulty guide and walkthrough. We're currently on Act 4-2. It is entitled Answers. If you're wondering where the title card is for this chapter, I'm wondering that too. I have no idea why it doesn't exist, but it doesn't exist in the cutscene nor in the main campaign here. This chapter is comparable in length to the last video, but it's got a fight that is just holy hell of difficult. Now, this 4-grub squad here consists of 2 drones, a Theron, and a Mauler. You'll want to engage these enemies as quickly as possible so that you can proceed forward. You'll have to engage them anyway near the end. So it's just this fight and then the next fight, which is extremely difficult. And so far we have the long shot and the torque bow. Those are two really good weapons. I did want to mention that at the beginning of the next chapter, you get a torque right off the bat. So if you want to have like the Lancer and the long shot, that would be a decent way to do this fight. But I would recommend. See, I'm just carrying the long shot because for more of like vanity reasons on a particular fight that I really enjoy. It makes the fight more difficult when you don't have 2 really good weapons. I was just carrying the shot, the long shot as like it was just like I said, for vanity. I don't even use it hardly on the fight, and that just leaves the torque bow. So if you really are struggling, you don't give a shit about carrying the long shot into the next chapter, because you'll get a long shot too pretty soon into that chapter. I would probably have the torque bow for the damage output and maybe the Lancer. And the problem about this fight is just that you get swarmed by extremely tough enemies, and one of the main problems too is that they throw out periodically these shitty wretch spawns, and it makes it really difficult because they can sneak up on you. So you're gonna have to keep your head on a swivel constantly. Now, the first batch of enemies is going to spawn right in front of you, and it's just a pair of wretches and a blood mount. So you need to put as much damage on the blood mount as you possibly can. And then Dom is going to say something like over to the left, which I'll point out in one moment. Over to the left is literally to the left right now. And that spawn is the same as this spawn. Spawn number 2 of 4. It's really fucking difficult. What I like to do here though to take care of the next blood mount is to throw a couple of grenades to hopefully kill the blood mount. Maybe get a wretch or 2 if possible. But the thing now is that you want to put this thing down as fast as you can. So that means doubling back to areas that you've cleared. So you've already cleared the area over to the right if you spawned the second phase. And the third phase, you'll know it because they will have a grinder as well as some drones. So that spawn is going to be up and to the left. It's the same area where the first spawn occurred. But do you see how these wretches come over the walls here? There is a finite number of them, but they come at just the worst and most inconvenient times. It's just really it's really heartbreaking to be doing so well and to just get clawed at by a wretch. But right now you need to focus on killing the grinder, because once he's dead, you see where the area is where we're sitting right over here. This is the spawn point of a spawn 4 of 4. Which consists of some Therons and some... Yeah, you need to move. You need to move quickly. Therons and drones, everyone. So when you come back here, there's probably going to be a wretch moving around. That was fortunate. You know, that could have gone either way right there. But if you are not actively putting things down consistently and you know, putting a firm dent in these enemies, Dom's gonna fall, and whether or not you can go over there and pick him up is just gonna be based on the capriciousness of the game. You know, whether whether you get stuck by a torque or any other thing. It can be really bad. But at this point, though, there's just a couple of guys left, but they can be, very deadly when especially when they're using the torque, and I think it's a grenadier as well. So you've got two enemies that can put you down very fast, one that can just instantly destroy you. But grenade tagging really isn't very good here. You know why? Because you can't save grenade placements through checkpoints, and also it's so hectic that you really don't have much time to be messing around with grenades. Unfortunately, that's why I'll say to use the grenades just to kill those blood mounts on phase 2, excuse me. But yeah, this fight is extremely difficult, and I hope, just with my words and my particular fight here that went well, of so many that didn't, that it can help you get through this fight, because I would say it's probably one of the hardest fights in the game, with the exception of free parking, the free parking fight. Anyway, that is 4-2. I will see you in 4-3. It'll be a much longer chapter, and until I see you there, please continue to take care.